Hello, Emmanuel. I agree with you. Uh, I wish there were more people like this. I'm trying to see if we can get the moon, despite the clouds at this point. I don't know if autofocus will give us anything, or whether we have to go back and do it manual. We'll see. The moon is our only hope tonight with the clouds. I will attempt to post, just for the fun of it, the radar map, because it says it all. Current radar map is coming. I have no idea what I sound like in 2x, but I'm glad you're watching. All right, let's see what. Just for the fun of it, this is the radar picture. So if we are lucky, we may get a glimpse of the full moon without any clouds. Even if it is for a fraction of a second, it'll be worth it. If not, we will find ourselves scrambling to bring dwarf in from the rain. Okay, this looks like a moon. Okay, hurry, 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 hurry. Give us one shot. Yay! Okay, we took a picture of the moon. Let's see if we can get some video quickly. Whereabouts do you live, Emmanuel? What part of the world? Hi, Zena. We're trying to fight the cloud and the rain. This is what the radar looks like right now. I need to get the exposure just a bit darker. Come on. Hello. Okay. Okay, that's more like it. We're dealing with some serious thunderstorms around us, and I'm trying to get as much as I can. Oh, across the lake in Toronto. Okay. We like Toronto. I've been to Toronto many, many times. Never attempted to drive across the lake in winter. Last time I was in Mississauga running the marathon there. Yeah, I figured the moon is our only chance tonight. I'm not gonna attempt any deep sky objects. This is what the radar looks like. My main interest is to find out where the moon is going to be to prepare for Tuesday night's dance of Saturn around the moon. If we have clear skies Tuesday night, it's going to be beautiful because Saturn is going to just run around the moon. It's going to start east of the moon, go above it, and then go south of the moon. Certainly will, if I go back north of the border. There's a marathon just west of Toronto that I'd like to do at some point. Not this summer though. Looks like we may have a clear sky in a few minutes, but not for long, so we're going to sit with the moon for a while. So right now, the moon is at 130, azimuth of 130 degrees, elevation of 10 degrees. Tuesday night, we're looking at going from 112 to 124, so we're going to be a bit further east of that, which is good. And then elevation will be from 13 degrees to 22 degrees, so we are good. If this is only 10 degrees, we'll be a good 10 degrees higher, so that is good. Now we just need Tuesday night, no clouds, and I'll be happy. I've been looking at what is the best telescope combination for Tuesday to show both Saturn and the Moon, and I decided to go with Seestar. Put Saturn in the middle of the frame, which will make the Moon below the frame, and Saturn will appear flying above the surface of the Moon. So we'll be seeing between quarter and half the Moon at any time. Yeah, Tuesday I plan to have multiple telescopes. Don't want to miss out on such a fun event. There's the Moon clearing. Tuesday, I plan to go to Oswego in the morning and replace the camera on the telescope with one with bigger transistors, so we can have better imaging of deep sky objects. Right now, the setup on the 11-inch scope is as good as it will get. The new camera gives me twice the resolution for Saturn and Jupiter. Yes, indeed. Excuse me for a minute, the telescope is going to shake violently as I relocate it. Lost the Moon. Oh, there it is. Come on. Ah, okay. Thank you. moon track. Yes, done. Thank you. Now we can give it power. I just need to keep a very close eye on the rain. Hopefully the wide angle view will show us that. And this is another wide angle view. The moon is not full, it's 99%. But that should do for now. So far, so good. Yeah, it has been a long, cloudy day. This will allow me to know exactly at what angle the Christmas tree is. We're going to be approaching it steadily. Looks like we're going to hit the very tip of the Christmas tree. And somewhere out there we're going to have clear skies again for a little bit. I'm debating whether I should hop on TCRB for a minute or not. Where is TCRB right now? I don't think I can see it from here. It's going to have to be on the west wing. Whoa, it's at 2:45. It's almost due west. So we can certainly not see it from here. Okay, we're staying with the moon. Good evening, Bill. As you can see from the radar map, it's not an ideal night for imaging or for viewing the heavens. But I did not want to miss the chance. I saw the moon and DWARF was up and running in a couple of minutes. I was anxious to look at the location of the moon in preparation for Tuesday night, where we have Saturn dancing around the moon. Good evening, Bill. So Tuesday night, Saturn is going to come within 25 arc minutes from the moon. And right now my plan is to put Seestar on it as the primary telescope, to put Saturn in the center of the field of view, so it will appear flying above the surface of the moon. We'll see probably about half the moon most of the time. The moon will be in the lower part of the frame, with Saturn staying in the middle of the frame. And then we might put Dwarf on it as well, with the moon in the center of Dwarf, so we can see Saturn doing its dance around the moon. So I have my coordinates. The dance starts at 9 p.m. on Tuesday, 10 p.m. at 112 azimuth, and it ends at 11 p.m. at 124 azimuth. And right now we are at 132 azimuth, so we are very, very good. We'll be operating in this area away from the Christmas tree. Thanks, Bill. Hello, Scotland. One of my favorite places to visit when I was living in Manchester. Yes, indeed, Gina. Di Maria, if this is the first time you join us, please subscribe to the channel and join us often. Which part of Scotland are you from? The Edinburgh area or the Glasgow area? Or better yet, all the way north in the Shetlands? Zena and Bill, I don't know if you noticed, but we broke through 3,700 subscribers this morning. Looks like we are indeed on schedule to get to 4,000 before the end of the year. Bill may remember that we got to 3,000 during the penumbral lunar eclipse in March. Edinburgh. Hi, Jeannie. One of the changes that I made earlier this week was replacing the ASI585 with an ASI715 on the 11-inch telescope. And if you look at the size of the sensors in these two, the 715 sensor is literally 1/4 the size of the 585 sensor. What that means is we get 4 times more pixels from a Jupiter or a Saturn on the 715 than we would on the 585. Don't panic, this cloud will pass. I still have clear skies everywhere around it. So the very large transistors are better suited for deep sky objects because they are very, very sensitive, low light, whereas the smaller transistors allow a higher capture rate and much higher resolution. With the new camera, I get 9 pixels per arc second, which is tremendous, considering that Jupiter is about 50 arc seconds, so we're talking about 450 pixels for Jupiter, which is twice as many as I got with the previous setup. I need to make the moon just a touch darker, maybe. And it may be due for a refocus. We're still dealing with smoke, so I'm not gonna worry much about how sharp we could get the focus. You will hear my explanations, all right? I was trying to convince the monitor to allow me to pull the two pictures of Saturn with the two different sensors just for comparison's sake. I think I know where to find it. This is Saturn with the new sensor. And this is Saturn with the old sensor. Actually, that's not fair because they are not at the same scale, but just as an illustration for the difference that we will be getting with the new sensor. Okay, we should have the moon clear now for a little bit. I'm waiting for it to reach the peak of the Christmas tree, so I will have a clear indication of what azimuth the Christmas tree is at. Yeah, these are both Edge HD 11. I had not realized both are labeled by ZWO as planetary cameras. Both are 8 megapixels. Both have 4K resolution. And both are high speed. The difference is in the size of the sensor. 585 is using transistors that are 4 times as big. And as a result, it is converting a lot more photons to photos, as we say, because of a much deeper well. But in the process, we end up with 4.5 pixels per arc second as opposed to the 715, which is 9 pixels per arc second. Moon is starting to get some color here. So now my plan for Tuesday is to swap the 183 camera on the 16-inch in Oswego with the 585. That will make a big difference in terms of amp glow. And now that we got the auto guiding working on the big scope, should be able to get some very long-term. Hello Canada, New Brunswick. That's one of the places in Canada I have not visited yet. Thai Bozor Night Sky, if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please do, and welcome on board. We are a fun bunch most of the time. Actually, we stream live everything that the telescopes look at. The survey of the future home of the Pompey Observatory is complete. Well, I'm glad YouTube is recommending you. Actually, the solar axis is not tilted, but the Earth is tilted relative to the Sun, so the solar axis will appear tilted. Actually, you will see a rocking movement of the solar axis if you are at one place on Earth. If you look at any of my multi-hour videos of the sun, of sunspots, you will see the sunspots rocking back and forth. And if there are many sunspots, especially now in this part of the cycle, you will see the sunspots lining up the equator of the sun, because that is the part that's rotating slowest. I think we're approaching the peak of the tree. When all the sunspots line up the equator of the sun, and right now they are pretty much there, then the polarity on the poles of the sun will flip. And that will mark the end of the solar cycle and the beginning of the new one. I need to check outside, make sure these are not the rainstorms that we are predicting. Okay, rain is coming down. Let me see what we have going on. 136 is the azimuth. If you look carefully, you'll see Pompey. This is the live image, so we're going to be in rain for the next couple hours at least. This is moving from the southwest towards the northeast. Thanks, T-Buzzer Night Sky. This is current, and another one comes through. This is the forecast. So we're going to be rain and thunderstorms for the next couple of hours at least. And it doesn't get better when we look at astrospheric. It's white the entire way till Tuesday morning. But the good news is our date with the Saturn and the Moon conjunction looks good right now, looks very good if it holds. There's also a pass of the International Space Station Tuesday morning that we're going to try to get. It's going to be a low one, not very attractive, but the one on Wednesday morning should be spectacular. That's as high as I've ever gotten it. It's going to be at close to 70 degrees But if we catch it as soon as it crosses the meridian, it will be way up there, about 80 degrees high. But for now, best thing I can do is wish you all a good and safe night. And so long from Pompey. Gina, you get your music. I'm glad we were able to go live for just under an hour, 54 minutes. And thanks all for joining us. We'll be back. Oh, it was Jeannie who asked about music, sorry. Jeannie, here's your music. Just a word of trivia, we played this music when we covered the Canadian Olympic trials in 2000 from Victoria, British Columbia. That was when we premiered this theme song. Okay.